Hi there, everybody. Welcome to Tampo, Episode 3. I'm your DM, HD Paladin. And hello, lovely cast. Let's go over to... Hi, Critical Bard.
Hey, my name is Omega Jones, also known as the Critical Bard across all social media channels, and today I am playing Manalo, the Umalagad Dragonborn Rogue Boy Him. Throwing it over to Lucia.
The Rogue Boy Him?
Yep.
All right.
Where's the subclass?
Yeah, the Umalagad Rogue Boy Him. That's the subclass. Hi, everybody. I'm Lucia Jakis, playing the Mangangaya Ranger Pilar for you today. She is a Balete elf. Yeah, she's afraid. I'll pass it to Josh.
Hello, my name is Josh. I am playing Dai, the Gold Gnome Clairvoyance Babaila. I think I remember that. Yeah, I'll pass it to Lucia.
Hi, I'm Lucia. I am playing Gaita, the half-elf Black River Barbarian. And I'm excited to get into it.
All right, and as I said, I'm your DM for the night, HTB Paladin. And before we get into the game, I think we have some sponsors. Josh, take it away.
Yeah, give me a second. Hold on. I just need a moment. I just need a moment here.
It's got to set up.
Yeah, no, this is the most elaborate setup I've ever done in my life. Right here is this. Okay.
Oh, no.
Hey, what's up, listeners, and welcome back to Radio Tampo, the only Twitch.tv smooth jazz radio show this side of the Mississippi. You can spread it on your toast. It's a culinary ingredient that does the most. I'm your host, DJ Butter. For today's show, we're doing a special call-in segment on the only topic I'm qualified to answer questions about. That's right, it's dating advice. So go ahead, dial 1-800-BUTTER-ME-NOW and get free dating advice from yours truly, the greasiest disc jockey alive. Oh, and what's this? It looks like we have our first caller. Chelsea from North Carolina. Hey, you're on the air. What can I help you with today?
Hi, Mr. Butter, longtime listener, first-time caller here. I was just wondering, what should I do to get the guy I like to notice me?
That's a good question, Chelsea. Here's the thing. Guys like a woman who knows what she wants, so don't just mess around with him. The next time you see him, you should walk right up to him, look him in the eyes, look away, turn, and stare at his lips. Bite your bottom lip. Look down. Run your finger across your face. Blow him a kiss. Wink once. Look him up and down slowly. And wink again before telling him how you really feel. That's how my ex-wife proposed to me, and our marriage was the happiest 3 weeks of my life. Now, if that doesn't work, there's only one option after such an incredibly flirtatious routine. You're going to have to go to the Hit Point Press store. Online, you do it online, and you can buy him copies of The Islands of Sina Una, Heckna, the deck of many animated spell cards, whatever's on there in order to win his heart.
Thank you so much. I'm going to propose to him right away.
Great. Good luck with that. Hey, what do you know? We have our next caller here. It's Elle from Santa Fe. Hi. What can we do for you today?
Hi, DJ. I've been talking to this girl that I see at work, and I'm just wondering how best to approach asking her out since she's like a coworker.
Ah, yes. You're worried about HR violations. Don't worry, I'm an expert when it comes to violating HR policies. What you have to remember is that if you successfully get the date, it's totally worth being fired. In my experience, the best way to subtly ask someone out is to walk over to their desk, quietly. Don't wear your stomping boots. You're going to want to slap the biggest goddamn bar of chocolate you can find on their desk, push some flowers in their face, and then give them a dinner invite in the form of a ransom note with magazine letters haphazardly glued on. If your third grade level crafting skills don't impress her, nothing will. I suppose if that doesn't work, you can just get her a gift card to the Hit Point Press store and let the high quality supplements and settings on the site do the heavy lifting for you. Hey, that's all the time we have today, folks. So this has been our call-in segment. Tune in next time as we beer batter some tendies, fries, and buttery chicken thighs. This segment was brought to you by Hit Point Press, the TTRPG store that'll meet all your physical and emotional needs. Back to you, Paladin.
What? I'm so prepared for these segments each week.
Oh boy.
I think I forgot to toss it to CB, actually. I think I missed a step
CB.
there.
CB's got to go now.
First of all, I'm gonna need DJ Butter to get a new job. Secondly, I'm here to talk about some of our friends that we have along the way, such as Auto Champions. We don't have the code just yet, but keep watching. The code will pop up on the overlay, and you'll be able to enter to get an Electrum chest that you can get within the game. The game is available on all, well, I won't say all, but most platforms, including iOS, Android, Steam, most consoles, and some other things. So make sure you check that out. Again, the code would be in chat and on our overlay as soon as possible. Yeah. Also want to give a shout out to our friends Arcane Spectacles, which is a really cool company that creates some really awesome stuff, like these really slick spell slot trackers. Like, hey, you need to make sure that you're not using too many spells that you don't actually have. You can get one of these awesome things at your table. I don't know if any of our players have any, but I'm certainly checking them out, and I want to get one myself, honestly. They also have dice vaults and arcane potion bottles and even health trackers. Check out Arcane Spectacles. I'm sorry, shop.arcanespectacles.com and get your things today. Last but certainly not least, a big shout out to RockPunch ATL for being the ones to produce this show for us. It means a lot that they have put forth this show that is heavily inspired by Pacific Islander, specifically Filipino culture, putting that as a spotlight during this month and beyond is important. So thank you to RockPunch ATL. Check out all the things they do, including D4, which is our sister show, a show co-DM'd by Devin and Dustin. And it's a show you definitely want to check out every Sunday at 7 Eastern, I think, something like that. Either way, thank you all for being friends of Cena Una. Back to you, Paladin.
All right. And I think that about does it for all our announcements. And that brings us to tonight's episode of Tampo. All right. Last week, our players went about investigating after the masked individuals who have been hurting some key members of the town of Agusan. And their investigation took them over to a boat in the docks where they got assailed and attacked by a creature known as a Malakat. From there, they learned that there is gunpowder in some of the incense going around town, including the incense that Pilar's father sold. And as they confirmed this, the children of Gaita and I emerge from their home, inviting them to dinner. What do you all do?
I think the first thing that I do is I say to Poitog, who I ran into earlier and definitely lied about having his mother's soup. I say, you were right. I have never had your mother's soup.
It's what I was telling you. Do you want to come in for dinner?
Sure. I'm looking down at Dai and Gaita.
It's not my home. If you want to come in, you're welcome to.
Why don't you come? Why don't we all have dinner together? That would be lovely.
Yeah, come on in.
Question for you, Paladin.
Yes.
Around what time do the fireworks usually happen?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow. Okay, then I am feeling better about having dinner tonight.
The couple, Poitog and Raya, look at you, Manalo. Would you like to come in as well? I assume you're friends with Pilar.
I would not call us friends as we just met, but I would not want to intrude on such a family, I assume, occasion. So I am unsure.
Well, we have plenty. Either way, if you'd like to have dinner with us, feel free. But Mom, Dad, come in.
I'll go in. I'll kind of motion as well for both Pilar and Manalo to join us if they'd like.
I will double motion to Manalo to amplify the invitation. Like we always, it's generally kind of expected that we always cook for too many. So you're more than welcome to have dinner.
If I am not intruding, as you have said, then I will join you.
Heading inside, there's this. Most homes have a very spacious main room, and there's this low seated table on the ground. There's some banana leaves spread across it, and a few dishes. You go over to the right page here. You see two dishes primarily. One of them is kare kare, which is this stew made using oxtail and a peanut-based curry. The other one is luga, which is this hot rice porridge with chicken, ginger, and garlic. Though it looks like the chicken here has been substituted for fish. There's also this large pitcher and some cups, and you can tell it's just water. And off to the side, there's this dish called ube halaya, which is the sticky and sweet jam made from purple yam and coconut milk.
Mm-hmm.
Raya motions for you all to sit down as she takes a seat next to Poitog.
Thank you. This looks very good.
Yeah. I've been practicing.
Your mother would be proud.
Sure. What do you all do?
Can I roll an insight check on that? Sure.
Yes.
That's a 16.
A 16?
Yeah.
There's no small measure of annoyance in her mom being brought up.
And then clear this up for me. You are Which one's father?
I am Raya's father.
Okay. 'Cause I don't actually have that written down.
Yes, I think the family resemblance would be pretty clear, given that we are gnomes.
Right.
Poitog, also kind of, you can tell Pilar picking up on this goes, yeah, it just takes a little bit of practice, but we've been able to make do here. We don't have some of the ingredients that we're used to where we're from, but they can all be adapted. You can tell that there's like some level of just save the dinner, please, in his voice.
I'm gonna have Poitog and Raya gotten food yet?
Yeah, they're already serving themselves.
Okay, then I'm gonna start serving myself, and I'm gonna start serving Manalo. I'm gonna start describing food and stuff. I'm like, hey, this is what we eat. It's really good. You should have some.
Manalo, for you especially, you can pick up a whole lot on the green beans and the bok choy inside the kare kare, and inside the lugai, you can definitely pick up a whole lot of garlic and onion used as a base for the dish.
It smells delicious. I do not remember when I had such a good meal.
It tastes like I went heavy on the garlic, and I'm all about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of garlic on the island. It's nice, but a surprise. Poitog is just fishing for any kind of hook at this point.
Do you cook often? I am new to a lot of cuisine. I have only had breads, most of it on the stale side.
Raya responds with, well, normally we just cook for the three of us, but we knew that our parents were coming, so we wanted to just cook a little bit more. We didn't expect you to, but you're still welcome.
My apologies. You mentioned three, but I only heard two voices.
Oh, I were expecting.
You're expecting others to be here?
She points to her stomach.
He does nothing.
She's having a baby.
Makes sense. I understand. Perhaps you should cook more. It smells heavenly. Heavenly? That's probably not what they would say. It smells exquisite.
Well, thank you. We try and eat our fair share these days, but we with Poitog working down at the docks for the rights this time of the season, we have a little more to eat.
So he is feeding you enough, right? We want that baby to be healthy.
Poitog responds with, "Yes, mother, we're eating just fine."
That's good. That is good.
What about you? Are you eating fine these days? Are you well?
Oh, I'm all right. The garden is healthy at least. The beans are growing very well this year. So lots of beans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Your wife though, beans perhaps are low on the priority list for her. I would recommend things like plenty of fish, lots of good oils and vitamins in them, good for the baby.
There's this there's like a pause in before Poitog speaks. Well, we are near the docks, mother, so yes, we get plenty of fish.
That's good.
Very good, very good. It's important.
Your two children go into their meals a little bit, looking down or just away from you two.
So, How did you all come to know each other? I can sense in the air there is a lot of tension, though I am unsure why. I would like to break that tension by starting a new conversation.
Poitog speaks up. Well, Raya and I, we met when we were in Tamanduk. They're both kind of glancing at their respective parent and like this kind of fearful glance of not wanting to start something. We were in Kalahan. We it was we met at the beach. We were both taking part in the festivities. There was a storm, and after which people were thankful for the barriers there that guard against it. And we were on the beach with everybody. And when we both left, we realized we were walking down the beach at the exact same time. It was weird not to talk to someone who was walking right next to you, so we just started talking. And we kept talking. And after a few hours, we realized that we were already near Ashen Fields.
What did you talk about?
Well, day-to-day things, traveling, what our parents did, what some of them used to do, things like that.
I can sense that it brought you much joy. Though I guess that part would be obvious as you have a child on the way.
Yes. We're hoping everybody can be there when Raya delivers. But we'll see.
How long has it been since the baby first, since you first did,
2 months.
Oh,
2 months.
thank you.
You can tell that Raya is for some reason, Manalo, there's a lot of heat coming off of Raya right now. Everybody else, you can tell that this woman is just covering her mouth. Her tan's getting a little more intense. She's just And when Manala is circling around the question, her hand goes into a fist of just trying to clamp down on the level of awkwardness, as if this is going to help anything at all.
I can grab it. I can get it. I can get it.
The eye is making direct eye contact with his plate of food.
Even the plate of food is going back, going like, I don't know, man.
Oh, I fully expect.
Poitog continues. We really would like everybody there. He looks up at you, Gaita. Any idea where Salyari is?
She is off. She said she wanted to find her own path, and so she went.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Solari?
Salyari. I'll put the name in the Twitch chat.
Thank you.
I guess the first time I'm hearing that name, so I'm like, who?
Aha, I was right.
Do you know if she's okay?
Far as I know, she's fine. She just didn't want to live in the house with us, which She's allowed to do that.
Us. So you're living with. So Dad came back.
No.
So what's the us?
Me and the beans right now.
Okay.
I intended on looking for him after coming to see you.
Do you know where to go?
No. He didn't give me much information before he left.
Mom, I'm gonna have a kid.
I know. And I'm very excited for you.
We don't know where he is, do we?
No.
I mean, both of you are supposed to be retired. I know he did a lot of stuff when he was my age, but he stopped for a reason, right? It was to be around us more.
Yes, of course. He cut back and he was supposed to stay home.
Well, then what's the point if he's not going to be here when... I'm going to have a lot of questions.
And I will too. Your father left to try and figure out what was going on. And he told me it would be a couple of days, maybe a week or two. And he has gotten better at keeping his word, but it's been longer than I expected. So I'm looking for him.
Okay. At this point, he goes back to his food, and Raya just has one hand on his shoulder. What do the rest of you do?
I'm just
No.
eating.
Raya speaks up. So you're going to be in time for the incense tomorrow?
Yes.
From what I hear, Kamatayan is wonderful to behold. Everybody is all wearing all these little charms with this metal snake on it. It's bound to be fantastic, right? I'm excited.
Yes. I picked you up one, actually.
You
and
did?
I'll hand her the medallion that I picked up from Benoit's last session.
Oh, she looks at it, and cradles it in her hand. Thank you, Gaita. I heard about Benoit. Is he okay?
Yes, I believe he'll recover in time.
Okay.
The mention of the incense Pilar has gotten it's at this point that Pilar is extremely focused on her food. Like she has taken some ube halaya at this point and is complimenting it gratefully and to the point of trying to change the subject.
What are you trying to change the subject to?
I don't know. I'm just talking about how great the ube halaya is.
Just I came with sort of just anything, Paladin. Raya continues to talk. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of ube here, but there's a lot of trade going on. Apparently, it's really popular here to just trade for. Really.
Mm-hmm.
So we still see a fair share despite not having growing it here.
Mm-hmm. It's really good. You've done a really good job. It's like perfect. It's just the right sweetness. It's really, really good. And I just put another spoonful of it in my mouth.
Let me check something real quick. Yeah, no, it goes. It's not too sweet, which is about the best compliment that one can get for it. It lingers in your mouth for a little bit with coconut milk and the purple yam before it kind of just melts away.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else talk about anything?
Manalo's eating. He doesn't really know what to say. This isn't his family. He's just letting them control it. If they ask him a question, they'll answer it, but he's just nope.
Reaching the peak of what a dessert can bring for social grace. Raya looks at you, Manalo. I don't think I caught your name.
I can feel you looking at me. I think you're probably talking to me. I am Manalo.
Hi, Manalo. What brought you to Agasan?
I was told by a old friend, mentor of mine, that Benoit could help me.
Oh, yeah?
Help me settle in and be reacclimated to the world.
Oh. I'm sorry. Sorry, I feel rude.
There was no reason to be sorry. I don't remember much before, and now I'm just trying to understand now.
Okay. Well, what was Benoit going to help you with?
To be honest, I do not know. I was told that they could be a next step in my journey of understanding. But when I arrived here, Benoit mentioned my, and he begins to feel his leather, his reinforced armor. He said that there was something different about it, about the way it is connected. And he was going to look into it once we figured out what was going on our own.
What's up with your vest?
I do not know.
What kind of leather is it?
I do not know.
Do you know what? I mean, it looks like that you have iron rivets through it. That's unusual.
I was given this. It was something that fit. It was put together for me. I don't know much more about that.
Well, Poitok knows a bit of magic. He could try and learn more about it if you're okay with that.
I believe you already have a lot on your literal and figurative plate. You haven't eaten much. I would not want to burden you with more when Benoit said he could figure it out.
Well, Benoit is at his hut, but it will be until tomorrow. We could see if we can learn a little bit now, if you're okay with that, of course.
You see his snout just like turn towards the others in the room.
It wouldn't hurt to have something to tell Benoit about it when we go see him.
That makes sense. Sure. We can look at it now. Though, not this very second. As I said, I still smell food on your plate, and I believe it is not customary to leave food upon your plate.
Well, you can sense that her portion is still sizable, but Poitog's is pretty much done.
It's not done till all of it's gone.
Dang, Manolo.
So I heard.
The meal continues on, and Poitog finishes. And as he does, you see him hold out a hand, and you all see, and Manolo, you sense this. And Manolo, for you, it's a little different. A lot of things normally don't have like such precision to them. But as this thing drops down from the ceiling, it feels real, more so than just the vague shapes of like walls or floor. This lizard drops down from the ceiling. It's no bigger than a few inches across. At its length, from tail to head, it's maybe 7 inches. But Manal, you can make out every detail of this lizard, from scales to eyes, and the rest of you can see that where this lizard would have eyes, you just see water, crystal clear, shining water.
So did this thing just fall out of nowhere?
It fell from the ceiling.
Was it always up there?
Yeah, you
wow.
realize.
Okay.
Is it a real lizard?
It looks real to you.
Does it look as real as Hari does?
About as real as Hari, yeah. I mean, it is a lizard with water eyes.
All right.
Is this an abound? Do I know? Do I know?
This is an Abayan.
Okay.
Poitok says, I started learning.
Very good. Very good.
I've actually been taking lessons here.
Oh, well, that's a fortunate thing.
Are you taking lessons from Dalasai? Because Dalasai is.
I haven't had the heart to tell her that when she talks about her teacher, she's just referring to my father-in-law. So yes.
She's good.
Yes. I've been learning a great deal from her. But anyways, Manalo, may I see your vest?
Manalo kind of looks around for a second. Not looks around, but he just kind of just naturally just kind of wanders, and then he starts to take his vest off, and he'll just kind of hold it out in front of him.
Poitog grabs hold of one of the vest corners, and puts one hand on one of the rivulets. And for the rest of you, his eyes start to shine just as brilliantly as this little lizard's. And very slowly you can see tears start to fall out of this lizard's eyes. Same for Poitog. And you can see him mumbling something to himself as he casts a spell. Does anybody here want to roll an arcane or religion check?
I do. Of course I do.
Yeah, I'll try to figure out what it is he's doing.
Other than crying?
I don't think Manalo would process or really realize what's happening, because though there's a lot of feeling and there's a lot of stuff like that, and though he does have blind sight, this is a super visual thing that's happening.
I would say that Manalo would have some ability to decipher this, because spells do have a verbal and a somatic component.
Okay, that's super valid. But even past that, I don't think he would think this is something that he can assist with. Therefore, he probably wouldn't give guidance. He wouldn't think people are trying to figure out what it is. He's just kind of there. So yeah.
Yeah. What do people get?
I rolled a 19.
A 19. What did you get?
24 Arcana.
24. You both can recognize that Poitok is casting Identify. That's super weird to you, because you're very well versed in a lot of the traditions. You've seen what a lot of other Babilans have done. You've helped teach a lot of Babilans, in fact. And nowhere in any of the knowledge that you've gathered are people able to cast the spell when they follow the traditions that you followed.
Really? Because I have Identify.
It is not on the base Babilan spell list.
But you do get it with the Call of Clairvoyance.
Okay. You can tell at a glance that Poitog isn't advanced enough to get to that point yet. You're talking to someone who's very new at this.
Just kind of do that old man thing where you just and just lean back.
Poitog opens his mouth, and while it looks like he's talking, the hut, the domicile you're in, starts to shake.
This is Baba Yaga's hut. Get out.
Wrong mythology.
The home starts to shake, and this deafening bass sound just erupts from within Poitog. Could I get a con saving throw from the four of you?
Ooh.
What is happening?
I beg.
This is your fault, Gaita.
I beg. That's an 11.
That's a 19.
19, okay.
10.
10, okay.
20.
20. All right.
Buff girls and weak boys, got it.
Oh, we did go to Jupiter after all. It's kind of our loss. Manalo and I, all you hear is just this unspeakably loud, deafening rumble. But Gaita and Pilar, you hear what the sound is for what you hear the sound for what it actually is. You're hearing something laugh and then go back to snoring. Poitog closes his mouth, and the tears stop from both Lizard and him. And as he lets go, he looks at Humanello and says, "I really hope that helped."
I do not know what has happened. It was very loud.
What do you mean?
There was a lot of noise. It's still ringing in my ears, but there was nothing you said, or there was nothing you told me.
I thought it was very clear. I'm sorry.
I don't know how to interpret a deafening sound.
So all we heard, me and Gaita, was a laughing and then something going back to sleep.
You heard laughter and then snoring.
And then snoring. Okay, but no words.
No words, no.
Okay.
Yeah, what did you interpret that as? We didn't get much word from you.
What do you mean? Mom, I know some things don't get your interest, but it's...
What is Raya's face looking like right now?
Raya just is looking at the four of you like you're playing some kind of game.
Okay.
Do you need me to repeat it?
Yes, actually. I was a bit unfocused. I think the food had us all a bit unfocused.
Sure. I was saying this. You know, it's got the consistency of iron, but it feels a little bit like bone. Like it's something from some kind of monster.
Mm.
I can't really tell if it's bone or like a claw or something like that, but it's from a creature, something cast off.
From a creature, like that is good to know, I guess. I don't really understand what this information will do, but perhaps Benoit could interpret this further. Thank you. You did not have to do that. I apologize. We did not catch it the first time.
I mean, it's okay. Sometimes this kind of stuff can really bore people.
I was not bored. I simply could not comprehend. It was very, very loud.
I'll talk to my teacher about how to make it easier to understand then.
Can I make
sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Di.
No, I was just confirming. Dalasai.
Yes.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, I mean, she's the Babalan of Agasan.
Yes, just confirming. That's all.
Can I make this? Will probably. I feel like this might be a nature or a history check, but why wouldn't iron be used in this in armor? Like we don't have a lot of it anyway, but if it were going to be used but we wouldn't use it, why?
Can you simplify your question for me? Sorry.
In Manalo's armor,
yes.
Why was the iron substituted for bone? Like, what reason would that be? Like, would I know that?
You've met some people who have replaced some bits of their armor, sometimes for decoration, sometimes for protection, with bits and pieces for monsters they've hunted.
Okay.
You know, in your instance, you have your sumpit, but the end of it isn't the normal spearhead.
Okay.
Mostly it comes down to taste, but sometimes there are monsters who can provide different trophies that are more useful than what you can make with iron. Like Tiburone's scales are a lot sturdier than most other armor from like a boar or a mountain lion.
Mhm.
Their teeth are often sharper than just a normal knife.
Mhm.
Um,
Then can I make a nature check to try and find out what kind of bone and what kind of animal bits they are?
Please make me a nature check.
All right, I would love to.
Can I tell that you're doing something to figure out which?
You may feel my hand kind of brush against your armor, like in a kind of investigatory look, in like an investigatory. I'm looking at your armor, yo.
I got you. He will note that and instinctively put a hand on whatever like digit hand is touching, and he'll cast guidance.
Boop. All right. No, I'm full of Ube Halaya. That's a 4.
With guidance?
Yes, I rolled a 2 and a 2.
You have nothing to your nature.
No.
So
it's that the tryptophan has hit.
As you're looking at this armor, you're just bone shall. Wow, that was good food. Whoa.
Also, the laughter in my ears is throwing me off.
Out of curiosity, even though it was like deafening, was it in a different language?
Who here? Actually, wait. Does laughter change from language to language?
Not necessarily, but I'm making sure that like it wasn't anything else like within that we didn't catch that was potentially in a different language. That's all.
No, it was just purely laughter.
It was.
Can you laugh in different languages? Yes, you can.
No,
you can.
Does laughter
You can
change
laugh
from
in every
language to language? Like if I'm talking English and I laugh, does that change? Does the laughter change when I switch over to speaking German?
I don't know. You should try it and report back.
It's
I
like
should not on stream.
versus That's a difference right there.
The laughter speed like increased.
No, it's about the cadence too.
Yeah.
You know, again, we say ha 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 ha. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh.
While this is going on, I'm gonna make eye contact with Hari wherever in the room he is. What's he up to right now?
Hari is on the table looking at the lizard, and the lizard's looking at Hari.
Why did they all do this?
Okay, well, I'm going to telepathically communicate to Hari, and the first thing I'm going to say is, no, not again. And the second thing that I'm going to communicate is, what do you make of that?
Hari is looking at this lizard, just moving its head around to match with the lizard moving its head around in a similar fashion, just darting up and down and side to side. Hari looks over at you and just shakes its head very slowly.
May I have seconds?
Yes, of course. Raya helps you have a second portion as Poita goes to get some ube halaya.
Thank you.
Raya speaks up after she's done helping you out. So you're going to be here for the festival, for the rites tomorrow? Are you going to be here for much after that?
Do I know how long they've lived here?
They've lived here for about half a year now.
Okay, so they weren't here when last I was here. When last I was home.
You've heard tell of them, basically.
Okay. Well, I mean, I live here, so.
Do you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My dad is your next door neighbor. We're neighbors, by the way. Hi.
Oh my god! And Raya reaches out her hands towards you. Oh my god!
And I take her hands. Yeah, we're neighbors.
Your dad's been very helpful with helping us get settled here.
Oh, that's like him. Being helpful, buying carabaos and incense.
Can I? Manalo is eating his second, or he begins to, eat his second plate. He's noting the absence of sound coming from the two parents of the people who we are within the house of. Could I get like a vibe check on them?
Yeah, the vibe from Dai is, you shut the fuck up, dude. You shut the fuck up. Don't say anything. That's the vibe from him. It's just like, I'm behaving today.
What has Dai had to drink?
Did they actually put alcohol out? I was going to ask.
They put out water.
Only water? Good.
Only
Good.
water.
He will drink water to his heart's fulfillment.
What about Gaita? I guess what would I get with a passive inside of 14? I'll say that.
How do I put this? Gaita looks like, or I would say like the feeling is kind of like when you know somebody is like supposed to be attending an event with someone else and that person isn't there, so they're not being led on by anybody, so it's kind of hard for her to join the conversation.
I apologize in advance. Manalo, as he chews, he kind of just head cants up and looks over at Gaita and Dai. Forgive me if I have misunderstood. I was assuming that you two were when two people are together for a while.
Oh, absolutely not.
Goodness, no. No, my wife passed some time ago.
I am sorry to hear that. But if your wife is deceased and your partner has gone for so long, the feeling of a connection was there. At least I thought so. Hey, have you ever been around a pair who seem to not like each other, but in reality they do? That was how I was feeling about you two.
Pilar snorts.
So Dai looks over at the kids, looks at Gaita very briefly, but then is just doing you can tell he's just staring at Manalo and deliberately not looking elsewhere so that he doesn't have to actually make eye contact with anyone else at this moment. I mean, we do have kids who are married. That is a connection.
That might be what I sensed. That does make sense. All you hear is doom.
It's me putting my glass of water down because I snorted.
Poitok speaks up. So yeah, the festival's tomorrow.
It certainly is.
Dalasai is as busy until a few days after that, but if you would like to see her, you could die.
Yes, that would be very good. That would be very good. It's been a few years.
She does stay busy,
Yes, well,
especially here.
you know, yeah, you go on to bigger and better things, and that's okay.
So they're both Poitog and Raya are just struggling right now just to grab onto just anything else to break this awkwardness. They're not doing so well right now. Raya speaks up. Pilar, do you have a boat?
Do I have a boat? We didn't get a chance to talk about my boat.
No.
I have
do
a
you
boat.
have a boat?
I have a boat. I have a boat.
Is it a simple like one person rowing thing, or is it a larger ship?
It's larger.
Yeah. Describe it.
Well, my boat is wonderful, and it's simple, and it's a ball and guy. It's a ball and guy. I have a ball and guy. It's my boat. I love my boat. It's beautiful. My boat.
Were you not prepared to talk about a boat you haven't thought about at all?
No, the hell it didn't.
Manalo, Gaita, and I, you three came on just sailing vessels. So I wouldn't presume you three have a boat. But Pilar, we're going to mark you down as having a ball and guy.
Wait, no, I have.
You do?
Hold on.
You had the one boat that you woke up in.
Yes, I
But
have.
it was very small. It's a one-person vessel, if I recall correctly.
It's no bigger than a rowboat.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have came over on that. Struggling, but came over on that. I forgot what it's called, but I'll look it up. I have too many notes, y'all.
Fair. It does sound like a very nice boat.
My boat is definitely not inhabited by the spirit of a lightning eel that does not like me. I don't know where I heard that story somewhere.
Look, you know your name.
Do I, Paladin?
Yes, this time around you do know your name.
Excellent.
But the dinner continues on. There are attempts at making some more small talk, but they're kind of just stagnated. But at the end of the meal, Poitog and Raya stand up, and while they're cleaning up, Raya speaks up. We have a little bit of room in case you want to sleep here, Gaita, Dad.
You're still muted.
You don't mind?
Oh, no, not at all. No, it's fine.
Then, sure.
Gaita?
Yeah, I'll stay the night.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to probably go to sleep soon. Poitog has an early start tomorrow. Getting ready for the rites.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Manalo, would you like to stay at my house?
Oh, I was going to potentially stay with Benoit if he allowed me to.
I mean, that's also a possibility, but since we are acquaintances, I think we have room.
That would be easier instead of walking back across the village.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Say hello to Bao Bao for me.
You gotta come over tomorrow morning and say good morning to Bao Bao yourself. But I will say hello to Bao Bao this evening for you.
Thank you.
So, Pilar, I mean, I assume you go over to Pilar's father's home.
Yes.
Okay. You head over, and heading inside, you see three figures.
I would just like to say that the instant I step outside and about halfway to my house, yes, I let out the biggest.
Are you tired?
No, that was just really awkward.
It was a nice conversation. They had good food.
Mm-hmm. It was nice and it was awkward, but it was nice.
So
and
considering that your home is about 30 feet away from the home of Poitog and Raya, you have a passive perception of about 13. You heard that.
I just mentally go, yup.
But as you step into your home, Pilar, you see three figures.
Oh.
You see Bao Bao.
Great.
Just kind of on her side, just kind of looking into nothing. When you walk in, she just does this number of just like looking up just aimlessly. And she stands up and looks at you.
Pat her on the head.
And she lays back down.
Hell yeah.
But you see your father drinking with a person you recognize. You've seen them around before. You've known them for a long time. In fact, they've been around the island for years. But these days, they sell incense. Untog looks up at you and smiles. Pilar, how are you?
Untog, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. How was your hunting?
I'm sure my pelts are somewhere in the house.
Is that the fresh scent of boar from your travels?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh. It's very good to see you again. You've grown so much.
Thank you. It's very good to see you too.
Question.
Yes.
They're not a Balakayo, are they?
Untog?
Yeah.
No, Untog is a volcano dwarf.
Okay, I was in a totally different space-time continuum. Because we found the guy who was a Balakayo with incense dead. And I was like, is somebody's taking their form? Never mind. I'm over Inspector Gadget mode right now. Continue.
Oh, no, you're correct.
Yep.
You are.
I wrote down he was a Balakayo.
I didn't write down what he was. I just know he's dead.
Volcano dwarf.
It wasn't a Balakayo?
No, volcano dwarf.
Then why the fuck did I write down Balakayo?
I don't know, man.
I think there were multiple dead bodies.
So, but I'm dead ass correct right now. Okay.
Yeah, yes. You're so right.
It's why Lucia and Josh look panicked.
I was like, hold on, let me look at my notes.
Yeah. And why this conversation is terrible.
Please check episode title. You know, it's been quite some time since you were here. Some things have changed.
Oh, like what? Fill me in. I've only been back for one day, and already everything is just so different.
You know, sometimes people change. Sometimes
we make very intense eye contact at this point.
they're just smiling.
Another question, just for my sake: does this person smell like the other person?
This person smells heavily of incense, just doused in the smell of different kind of crushed perfumes.
Yeah. However, Malala was the one who found the body. I'm trying to get do I get the same like tone of that person from this person? I'm trying to see if Malala can tell that that they're the same person.
You can tell. Manal can tell facial features to a degree. Yes, they look like the same person.
Okay.
Some people change. Some people grow apart. You know, I've been thinking about doing some traveling myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God.
I was going to have some friends join me, but they've had some change of plans.
Oh, well.
I'm sure you can understand that, you and your friend here.
It's best to have people you trust with you.
Of course. But I had a boat for me and my friends, and now it's just too big. Just much too big for me. But I heard tell that you had the perfect boat for one. And since that boat technically belongs to your father, we've agreed on a trade.
I look at my father?
Your father looks so pleased with himself. You can have my wonderful, wonderful Karakoa.
Can I, getting that vibe of being completely happy, there's something that Manalo can do more on the basic level that can influence. Can I get a vibe that he's been influenced?
Using what?
I mean, it could be Arcana. I can use Arcana. That's fine. I'm not good at it. However, I have the ability to influence people at a basic level, and I'm getting this vibe that this seems manufactured.
Tell you what is your best mental-based skill?
Well, by mental, you mean intelligence-based?
Sure, intelligence-based. What's your best intelligence-based skill?
None of them.
No, like mental, like intelligence or wisdom.
Or wisdom perception.
Wisdom perception? Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Yeah, I have a 0 to literally every intelligence skill. Ooh. 24.
Ooh,
24? No, as far as you can tell, no. Just this man seems super happy that he's gotten his daughter such a large sailing vessel rather than just the smaller one that she had. For him, it's complete, total, 100% in his favor deal.
Cool.
Well, I assume that you're going to be doing a lot more with your friends, and it's just me now.
Yeah. I mean,
Me.
I suppose I just wish he had asked. I mean, I suppose it is his boat, but I was the one using it.
Your father's It's a bigger boat. You can get
Sometimes,
so much more with it.
sometimes I stop my sentence before I finish it, and I said, "This is fine."
Do I get? This is going to determine what Manala does.
Okay.
Do I get the vibe from? Am I leaking?
I hope not.
That was a word that I did not expect to say out loud.
To be fair,
sorry.
caught the rest of us off guard too. Am I leaking? The word we use is bleeding. Why did you use leaking?
Pilar's just aura right now. Is it reading I am trying not to escalate, or is it reading I don't know what to do?
I am trying not to escalate.
Is it also reading I want to escalate but I can't, or is it reading I should let this play out because it could be worse if I don't?
That one. I want this Ontog impersonator out of my house. I want to yell at my father for selling my boat. I don't want a bigger boat, and this whole thing is nonsense. That is the vibe.
Last thing. We know that Ontog is dead. Now there is someone who looks like Ontog in this house.
Mm-hmm.
Is this more about making sure? Because right now, what she's saying out loud, Manalo doesn't think she cares that this is an imposter. More
Right.
thinking about her father.
This is about making sure this imposter does not harm my father.
Gotcha. Understood. That's what I needed to know. From you, does it? Okay, I want to ask that. I will just. I would think that if someone owns a boat, not necessarily the one who originally owned it, that you would speak to the one currently in use of it versus superseding their decisions.
Pilar's father, Danza, looks around and goes, I no. Why? It's a bigger boat.
At this point, I turn to Manalo, and I take your hand in my hands, and I say, "This is fine. It's a bigger boat. This is fine."
See?
And I'm squeezing your hand so hard right now.
You can also feel on my hand, there's a pulse that's happening, like almost like rhythmically, like something wants to form, but it's not. And he goes, "Okay, it is fine."
I'm sorry. Do you have? You're right. I should respect. You have some sentimentality for your boat that you've used for so long.
Antag, you're so right. That's exactly what it is. I've been using the Balangai for so long, and I've grown very attached to it. But you're right. I can become attached to the Karakoa.
Well,
I'm sure your boat, it must be pretty, is it?
Oh, it is.
Not yours. My apologies. I am speaking to Pilar.
Oh.
It is. It's very pretty.
Is it? I don't think I've ever noticed your boat. What does it?
It looks like every other Balangai at the docks, but I know that it's mine, and you'll just have to give me a moment to grab the sentimental things off of the Balangai before you take it from me.
Oh, well, your father and I did that while you were eating.
Excellent.
But you know what? I shouldn't separate you. I shouldn't separate anything from anyone, from anything they've grown so attached to. I've had a good year. And I have some plans that really just can't be interrupted. So, tell you what, Pilar. I'll just get a new boat. and you can have both the Caracola and the Belangai. It's fine. It's fine. He stands up. Tanso, it's been a pleasure catching up with you, and Pilar and
This is
Manalo.
Manalo.
Right? Yes, yes. Have yourselves a wonderful night. Enjoy the festivities tomorrow. And Ontog leaves.
Before he leaves, a hand goes out, like almost like to stop.
Yes.
I just wanted to know who you are. My apologies. I do not perceive like most people do.
Oh, don't worry about my name. Names change all the time. He pats you on the shoulder. And can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
21.
21? Fantastic. Pilar?
Uh-huh.
As he tapped on Manalo's shoulder, you saw just a flash of his eyes where they disappeared for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Manalo, you are affected by hold person.
A 21 failed?
Yes.
What? What?
As Antok starts to walk away, Pilar, can you make me a perception check? Because I assume you're looking right at him.
Sure am. 17.
17. You see this very how do I describe this? You see just this small little swarm of dragonflies follow up after Ontog as he walks away. And seemingly just go through him. As it gets farther and farther away, Manalo, you are no longer affected by hold person.
Oh, I'm running out.
You're running out?
I've got your hand.
You fucked with the wrong one.
I've got your hand. I've got your hand. Okay, I'm gonna. This is contested then.
This is contested.
I'm gonna try and keep you here.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's a natural 1.
Ooh.
What?
Over here, we got a little like slap fight going. If no one actually touches the other person.
Well, to be fair, I'm assuming your wait, because contested means I could use acrobatics.
Yeah.
So I mean, it would be a 6.
Ugh.
No, I'm sorry. Wait. Yeah. 1 plus 5 would be 6.
Yeah, it's a 4.
This is what happens. I feel that you're coming, and I twist my arm to get out, and I take 1 step. But knowing that you were there, I don't appreciate being touched.
We can't do this by ourselves. This is a lot bigger. Like I'm right up close to you because I don't want my father to hear this. We can't do this by ourselves. This is a lot bigger than we think it is.
You see the black veins all over Manalo's arms and neck and face begin to start pulsing. I don't care how big it is. You don't touch without consent. And they touched me.
I understand that. And you're right. But a lot of innocent people could get hurt if we screw this up.
I'm going to make a wisdom save.
Hell yeah.
Okay. You see the black tentacles? No, the black tendrils within the veins within his skin begin to quiet down like a tattoo that's now just dormant. There are many things you and the others don't know about me. More that I don't know about myself, but I do know that I am not whole. I am stricken with something that longs to get out, and I believe they almost saw the brunt of that. I apologize.
It's cool. Then I turn to my dad and I'm like, so we've got 2 boats now.
As you look over to your father, he's looking at you and Manalo just. Are you two okay?
Yeah, we're fine. We've got two boats.
You have 2 boats. I don't fish.
I've got 2 boats.
Yeah. Attach one to the other for balance. Everybody does it.
I've got my own little flotilla now.
It's not a flotilla. You just rafter one to the other.
I'm gonna call it a flotilla now.
That's not what the word. You can't just use words willy-nilly.
Yes, I can. Watch me. Dad.
Daughter.
Hi.
Hi. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just was at a very awkward family dinner. God bless you, Father.
I had to mute myself so fast before that just erupted out of me. That actually hurt my heart. 1 second. Please continue.
No, I was just at a very awkward family dinner, and I wasn't expecting to see Ontog today. That's all.
Yeah, he was talking about leaving tomorrow, but I guess he's leaving tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he say where he was going?
I think he was talking about how he had incense to sell here, but after that he was done trading for a while, which is like, it's what he does. So I'm not sure what he's going to do instead, but he was talking about going over to Tulunan. I think.
Okay.
Oh. Talk about how he there's some lady that he has to talk to.
Mm-hmm. Do we have space for Manalo tonight?
Yeah, of course we have space for Manalo. I assume that's Manalo.
That's Manalo. This is Manalo. Manalo, this is my father.
Hi, Manalo.
I believe we met before. You sent me towards Benoit.
Oh, right. Yes. Hi. Did you find him?
We did. Thank you.
Great. I'm glad. Listen, I'm tired.
You did have a very long, incenseful day.
That's a weird way to phrase it, sure. But listen,
it was a day full of incense. You sold a lot of incense.
Yeah, but I've never heard someone call a day incenseful. It feels borderline wrong, but sure, an incenseful day. I'm going to go to sleep.
Okay.
But you two can have the back room all to yourself. I'm not implying anything. I'm just saying there's a big room in it. I'm going to sleep. And you see that he gets up and walks over towards Bao Bao, sits on the ground and just lays against Bao Bao and falls asleep. It's almost uncanny how fast. It's almost unnerving how fast your father can go to sleep.
Okay. Manalo, there's space in the back.
Thank you. So, I feel the need to watch.
I'm not tired either.
I will sleep when it is necessary.
All right.
To put some context here, you've gone through a couple of fights today alone, traversed back and forth across many, many miles across town, back and forth. You've had a heck of a day.
Yeah.
Very much aware, but then a person
Okay.
just held Manalo in place, basically somewhat threatened Pilar's father in not so forward ways. He's not sleeping yet. He'll sleep soon, but he's not sleeping yet.
Right. There's a lot, like, the body is tired, but the adrenaline
The
is
adrenaline
like,
is there. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep. Mm.
Fair enough. So what are you going to be doing for most of the night then?
Manalo's
Boy.
probably going to watch and pass out, but he's going to watch for a bit. He's just going to be. Actually, you see that he goes into his little pouch and takes out a kit. It actually looks like a jeweler's kit, and he begins to just kind of work on something that he has. It's kind of just a pastime, just looking at different jewels and different things that might not even be jewels, but there's a what's what I'm looking for? A familiarity to this while he waits and watches.
Okay. Pilar, what are you doing until you pass out?
Pilar is like running a game plan in her head. Like, she wants to go after whoever this Ontog impersonator is. She's so freaking, like, now that she's sat down, the weight of how tired she is on her. So she's like, how do we pursue this Ontog impersonator? How do we stop the incense from exploding tomorrow? And she's thinking about that before she falls asleep.
Okay. Gaita and I, do you two talk about anything before you pass out?
One quick thing before we go there.
Quick thing.
Thank you. Before we go to sleep, when Fuckboy decided to hold person on me,
Yes.
when he was close, Manalo was using that to sniff him out, understand him on a more physical and just nostril level. That's gross. Just so he can place him in the future, and not necessarily the body, but the person. The person probably still smells the same, whether the skin has changed.
Can you make me a perception check?
Yes. And I was going to, before I got held, it would have been with guidance. That was my initial plan.
Totally fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Ew. 27.
27. So you have some clues here. You know that Ontog is essentially Ontog's dead. So this person wouldn't smell rotten, and you know that everybody has a base kind of familiar scent to them, even under any kind of perfumes or incense. And when Ontog got close, and you were smelling for something, they smelled like seawater. Not seawater as in, oh, you have just gotten out of the ocean. Not seawater as in you're sailing. You don't know why you know this, but they have a scent to them that you'd only smell if you were drowning. It's just a little bit of nothing and just a little bit of blood.
Okay. Thank you. You can go to demo. That's what I need to know.
Gaita and I, what are you two doing? This is right before you go to bed.
Before I head to bed, I will pull Di aside, just like away from the kids. It's I know your wife passed. I'm very sorry. Is Raya all right?
To be honest, I kind of figured she was spending too much time with Poitog, and then, well, I don't know.
Maybe the two of us should be having more lunch with people like Pilar's father. I feel so lost without my husband here. It's like I don't. Maybe it's just because I haven't seen him in so long.
I can understand that.
Anyway, it's a good thing they didn't have wine here tonight. That would have been disastrous.
I'm responsible. I don't know what you're talking about.
And she'll like kind of like brush it off and head to bed.
I think I will, maybe as you're going to bed, just like, I'm gonna take a walk. I'll be back in a few minutes. And we'll actually walk out, try to go find like a quiet corner, ideally like under a tree or something.
Yeah,
Just
lots of quiet places around town this time of night.
Yeah, just gonna go try to find some like quiet corner out of the way. And we'll just go sit down back against a tree. And it's just gonna sit there for like 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
Then eventually convinces himself to get back up and walk back and go to bed.
Okay. And with that, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. We'll see you back here in about 10 or so minutes. And hydrate or dehydrate. See you soon.
Double Feature Month is almost over at BigBads.com. This month only, subscribe to get 2 Big Bads delivered to your doorstep. These boss monsters are ready to drop into your campaign, or to star in your next one-shot. Prepare for Exaxia, the spider-like Thorn Witch, along with a reprint of the very first Big Bad, Daniel, the flesh golem who just needs a hug. Subscribe at BigBads.com before May ends to get your hands on this Big Bad double feature.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and we are back. And in case you didn't know, we have a code from Idle Champions at the top of our overlay. But to get back on track, morning arrives, and you all wake up in your own times. Gaita and you're kind of very abruptly woken as you hear Raya and Poitog talking as Poitog is getting ready for the morning. It's maybe like 7 o'clock in the morning for you right now.
I imagine I'm already awake. Guy's an old man. He's up early.
You're up and you see Poitog getting ready, dressing himself, preparing himself. It's a big day, especially for someone of any importance here. And he's just talking idly with Raya as he prepares himself. He sees you and goes, "Oh, Dai, I'm going to be a little... Dasai and I are going to be occupied with the incense today. We're going to be lighting around late afternoon. So that's about the time to be there. If you stick around the house, Raya can... I'm sorry, I have to go. Have a very good day. I have to go."
Of course. I might actually. We were with Pilar and Manal. We were talking about the incense. We might.
They're already
swing
gone.
By. No.
They're already gone by the time you get halfway through that sentence.
I dislike young people, always rushing everywhere.
He pulled Hey, wife, I know you cooked this breakfast. I'm gonna have one bite of toast and one scoop of orange juice and then leave now. Thank you.
Just gonna like wrinkle my nose and just like.
Your daughter is just chuckling to herself, looking at you.
What?
Nothing. It's nice seeing you just be a little old man.
I've got to teach that boy some respect.
It's just stressful. It's his first time doing anything like this.
I know. He's learned from the very best. He'll be okay.
I mean, second best. Come on, Dad.
That might be the first nice thing you've ever said to me.
I figure I should give you some grace for last night.
Fair enough. Are you doing well?
You know, it's hard. I almost brought it up last night, but I really miss Mom.
Just gonna walk over and give her a hug.
And everyone here is really nice, and Dalasai said she's gonna help me when it's time, but I just wish she was here for this.
I know. I miss her too. Every single day.
I know. But I'm going to head down and do some shopping. I guess have a nice day, Dad. I hope you like walking around town if you get out.
I'm sure that we'll get out and walk around. There's a couple of things I would like to see before the festival starts.
Okay. You probably I know Poitog said to try and find me, but I'm actually going to be on a boat with him during the festival when they light it up.
Oh.
Yeah, front and center.
Very good. Where exactly are they going to actually use the incense?
Oh, it's there's a couple of shrines out near the docks. They're very obvious.
It'll be near the docks. Okay.
Yeah. They put these stone things in the water, and on the land there's this literal bridge. Dalasai walks that, and we're near the bottom to help ensure that it gets lit properly.
Very good. Thank you.
We won't really be near the incense themselves. It's just Dalasai.
Right.
It's actually a really bad seed. Actually, we're not going to see most of it. It's going to be, above us. It's not going to really be near it, but
maybe it's better with all the pushing and shoving. People want to see it close, so
that's
might
true.
be safer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I want to make sure Poitog is really seen today.
I can understand that.
But you go away, see how people in the town, and I'll see you tonight, okay?
I'll do my best, and I'll just give her a kiss on the forehead.
Bye, Dad.
Love you.
What do the rest of you do?
In the back of my mind.
Pilar is probably up at the ass crack of dawn. Or however long a long rest would take her past sunlight. She want to find the Datu? I think she wants to find the Datu.
You would have saw Manalo passed the fuck out at the entrance of your house.
Aw.
Just like head on the wall.
His
Just
little
ow.
Umalagad snores. I don't think I would have woken you. So yeah, if I didn't see any of the rest of my new acquaintances awake and nearby, I'm probably going to find the Datu.
Okay.
Actually, no. First thing, I would go to the Karakoa.
I would just say, for my sake, it's not going to matter. Can you still roll a stealth check?
To avoid being seen by you.
Well, you won't be seen regardless, but...
You know what I mean. 14.
Okay.
No, I'm going to go to the Karakoa.
Real quick, how tall is Pelargon and how tall is Manalo?
Me am like 5'9".
5'9".
I'm 6 something. I think I said 6'3".
Okay. So what just happens basically is Pilar, you walk out and then you feel figure to your left, you see it, and there's just Manalo just looking down, not looking down, just like face pointed downwards in your general direction, just against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that Manalo can sleep something up is honestly terrifying. Actually, oh dear. But you head down to the docks.
If Pilar is leaving at a time where I am already awake and Raya has already left, then I would probably take some time to actually make a little bit of a sit-down breakfast. Just of note, there might be the smell of breakfast wafting out of the house.
Would that deter her? I don't think so.
And just you had asked if there had been signs that anyone else was awake. There might be the smell of breakfast. That's all.
I see. Okay. No, I'm going to find the Datu first, and then go to the Karakoa with him.
Okay.
With them.
You're able to find the Datu very easily, actually. You found the Datu just a little bit away from the docks, talking with two of his warriors.
Mm-hmm.
He seems aggravated by something.
Okay. You and me both, buddy. But if he's talking, I will approach and I'll wait until he acknowledges me.
When he sees you, he immediately goes, Pilar, just who I needed to see.
Yes.
Have you seen Ontog recently?
That's actually what I was coming to talk to you about.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Were you at the docks last night? Late
I
last
was.
night?
I was at the docks last night.
But late last night. I mean, around midnight, 1, maybe.
No, I was not at the docks late last night.
Okay, so that rules you out.
What has happened?
We found Ontog dead in the water.
Oh. Where? In the water?
We found someone's boat that was not there anymore. Someone who was visiting the island, but we found Ontog and a few other bodies in the water.
Near where the Karakoa was. Is there a Karakoa on the...
You still see the Karakoa where it was.
Okay.
You also recall that it couldn't leave until later on when a bunch of other people have left.
Okay, so then not that question. So they weren't found... Oh. Would you mind coming with me?
Sure.
I'm going to walk him over to the Karakoa, actually.
Okay.
Onto it.
This yours?
Now it is.
Whose was it?
I think it may have belonged to the fourth individual that you asked us to find.
Who was the fourth individual?
I don't know. And I know this is going to sound off. But, and actually I will pull out the braided aswang hair that I took from the Malakat last night. While we were looking for the fourth individual, we got onto this Karakoa and found a Malakat. In addition to the Malakat, we found 4 bodies. One of which was Ontog.
Well, we found Ontog in the...
You found Ontog in the water. Also, Ontog was at my house last night.
What was Ontog doing at your house? Was the corpse at your house?
The corpse was not at my house. The Ontog that was at my house was definitely alive and seen after I found Ontog's body.
Okay, so... Okay.
Like, I know this sounds super off.
Look, stranger things have happened.
What we realized as we were searching this Karakoa is that the body of Ontog had been dead about a week.
A week?
A week.
Great.
Additionally, the Ontog that sold the incense to my father,
yes,
is this impersonator, and it's been mixed with gunpowder.
There's gunpowder in the incense.
There's gunpowder in the incense.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Can I, as I'm telling him all of this, can I roll an insight check to see if he's actually being, like, if he's really concerned about all of this?
Go for it.
Wait, which one of you haven't betrayed me this evening? 18.
18? He seems full on panicked.
Okay.
Ontog's been selling incense here for weeks now. But I tried to talk to the other bodies, and none of them responded, which means they've been dead for more than a day. So whoever has been selling this incense has... Ontog's been dead for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So we're left with 2 choices, because there has to be incense for Kamatayan.
Mm-hmm.
Do we remove the incense entirely? Because I don't know how to sort through all that so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Or do we light it and hope? Dalasa doesn't have to be right next to it to light it up. That's just tradition. People have cast fire spells onto the incense before. It's fine to do that,
But how much gunpowder is in the incense? How far away do people have to be for us to hope?
A ways away. It's going to break any nearby building. It's airborne powder. It's going to go everywhere.
I don't know what the best course of action is. Like, we all 4 know. Like, well, 5 now. You, me, and my friends.
Right.
We all know. But
we have to tell Dalasai.
Okay.
Have to tell Dalasai, and then we need to go look at the actual ones, trying to figure out how much of it is gunpowder.
Okay. I'll get everybody else.
All right.
Also, if this person can impersonate people, we should have something that we should say to each other.
Right. Right. Okay. Do you have any ideas?
Bow bow.
Bow bow.
It's-
Bow bow.
It's the look.
Very
it's
good.
It's the first thing I thought of. No one will think that I thought the name of my brand new Carabao would be a code word.
I thought it was your father's.
It's the family Carabao.
The family care. Sure. Sure. All right. Bow bow is our keyword.
Excellent.
All right. Go get who we need to get. I'm going to get me and my warriors to start on the incense.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You see him step off of the Karakoa, and you see him with two other warriors start heading towards the incense. That on this Karakoa, you can see plain view. There is this carved out piece of rock, and on it, piled up a few meters high, is incense.
Great. As soon as he's off the Karakoa, the Karakoa, I am off the Karakoa to go wake up Manalo and go to Poitog and Raya's house.
Okay. While Pilar's been over at the docks, Gaita and Manalo, what have you two been doing?
I would imagine that after I got up and saw Di making breakfast, I would be cleaning because I don't want the kids to come home to any mess. And then I'll join Di at the table. I'll take out the half pound of incense that I bought. And I'll try and check it. The half pound that I have for gunpowder.
Okay. So Di, you've been up. Do you see Gaita doing this? You're muted.
Presumably, yes.
Okay. Sorry. All right. Do you go over to her when she's doing this?
Sure.
Okay. Gaita, you light up the incense, and it starts to burn. Where's Hari right now?
I was just gonna, smell it or whatever. I wasn't gonna light it. I wasn't gonna light it on fire
Sorry.
yet.
I thought you were lighting it on fire.
No.
Can you roll me a nature check?
I can.
If I'm
It's,
over
it's
there,
not
am I
good.
helping? Can I take the help action?
Yes, you can.
I'll take the help action.
So you get an advantage on that check, guy, because you can roll again, but
Awesome.
hopefully not have a 5.
That's a 12.
12. You kind of move around and we sift through it a little bit. It's hard to make out, but you do see these patches of just dark powder throughout. Maybe a fifth of it is gunpowder.
That is a lot. I will look at Di. Should we light maybe just a teeny bit of it to see what it does?
In the house? No.
Not in the house. Maybe by the water or something.
That still feels like a bad idea.
I'm just not sure if there is a lot of it in everything, if it is lit, how will it react with the rest of the incense? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know, but I think we need to go and warn the Babylon Balasai. I think we probably have a lot of things to do this morning. So I don't know that we have time to see if it blows up.
I suppose we should go pick up the two others.
Yes, probably. Are you done with breakfast?
Yes.
Very good.
Manalo, what are you doing?
The minute Pilar left, Manalo's head looked towards the way they went as her stealth roll was lower than my passive. And I don't act where they go. I don't know anything about that. However, I do go to try to find Pilar's father.
Pilar's father is asleep in the front of the house.
I'm going to go to him, notice the movement, the lack of movement, and the patterned breathing, and like use my foot to like nudge them awake.
Oh, Manolo, right?
Yes.
Hi. Is Pilar still sleeping?
No, they
Oh,
had things to do.
okay. Well, we still have food if you want any.
I had a question to ask you
Yes.
about yesterday.
Yes.
When did they arrive here?
When did who?
I believe their name is Antog.
Oh, Antog. They got here. Oh, like right after the four of you went to go have dinner. Like right after. It was very, very nice timing.
And they did not want anything else from you.
No. No, we had
Why?
a little bit to drink, talked about boats. We did the trade, and then he did the gifting. It was really nice of him, actually. Yeah.
Do you know why they wanted your boat versus anyone else's?
No, but his vessel is nice.
I understand. I am not.
No, like it's really nice.
Downsizing.
It's hard to find a boat made that large.
I
for
understand.
it to travel.
It is not about his boat. It is about yours.
Oh,
That's
sure.
where my question comes from. What makes your or Pilar's boat special that he might want to trade for it?
Nothing. It's one person is able to use it. It can house maybe two, but Pilar usually has a bunch of furs and supplies there, so she just takes it abroad when she needs it.
I understand. He takes a step closer.
Hi.
I don't come from this place. I don't understand its customs. I would not say this if it wasn't pertinent. Are you going to the festival?
Was thinking about going, yeah.
I would not.
Why not?
I do not trust what might happen there.
Is my
Your daughter is fine. Your daughter is probably more fine than anyone else. They are very capable.
well, I know that, but is she going to be okay?
She's going to be fine, yes. But you are not your daughter. You might not be fine in the end. And knowing that Antal came here makes that even more so.
What does Ontak have anything to do with it?
Everything.
Can you make me a persuasion check?
Can I make an intimidation check?
Yes, you can.
Okay. And per my background, even though it's not automatic for reasons, if I am unnerving or terrifying someone, I get advantage.
Yep.
That's a natural 20 for a 24.
Sorry, I almost beat you on that.
That's funny.
Look, if she's in danger, then can you be there for her then?
That is my plan. I
Okay.
have grown close to the three of them, though she was the one I met first. I want to make sure she is protected, though I have a feeling she could protect me before I could protect her.
Thank you.
Do not come to the festival.
Okay.
That was not Antog. That is all I can say about it.
Okay. He looks at you. 1 second. You see him. You feel him move to the back of the room, and he comes back with this small jug. Listen, if that thing just looked like Ontog, then here. He holds up the jug to you. If anyone, if you do see Ontog and you think you have to fight him, just pour it on your knife. Okay, just pour it on your knife.
What shall it do?
Might not do anything, but if he is what he might be, then it'll help.
I'm assuming it's salt water?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. He accepts it and says, I do not wish to cause you distress. I do not believe you will be a target anytime soon. I think your part has already been done in whatever game they are playing. But they are powerful. And not even I or her or the two lovers who are not lovers. Not even they, all of us together, might be able to handle it. So I would rather any other casualties be minimal.
Okay. Thank you. You're a good person, Manolo.
I don't know if that's actually true. That is what I'm trying to figure out. But thank you.
What do you do?
I learn.
This is the DM asking you, what do you do?
Oh, sorry. We were so deep into it. I'm like, great. I will place a hand on his shoulder. And he will see the black veins kind of pulse for a second. Nothing happens, but it's just that. And then he takes his hand away and begins to walk towards the eye and Gaita's place.
Okay. So then, my brain just entirely just skipped a beat there. Could be the last thing you said. Sorry. Wow.
I'm going to Gaita and the eye's house place.
Okay. Gaita and I assume you two are leaving your kids' home.
Yeah. I'm looking for Pilar right now.
Yes.
You exit out of your home and you see Manalo immediately, but you don't see Pilar.
Good morning, Manalo.
We must speak. Are you all prepared for the day?
Yes.
There is danger, and it is more apparent than we expected. We went to sleep, but now we must find Pilar. She left to do something. I am unsure what.
Okay. Why is there more danger? I mean, we already know about the incense.
Yes, but the person who created the incense or gave the incense to Pilar's father, I believe the name was Antog. We found Antog dead upon the boat, did we not?
I seem to recall that, yes.
Antog was at Pilar's house last night.
Oh,
It was not Antog. They cast a spell on me to prevent me from moving towards them after they were leaving. A preventative nature, potentially.
are you all right?
I am fine. Luckily, they got away, or they might not have been. That was all ego, no reality.
Let's find Pilar.
At this point, Pilar, you are heading back up, and you see your 3 compatriots outside the homes, rather.
Morning.
I told your father. I am sorry.
How'd he take it?
He gave me this. He puts out the jar of salt water.
Oh,
I
nice.
believe it is good against those who are unclean.
Is it sealed?
Yes, it is sealed.
Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. So spoke to the Datu. This is a very clever bit of nonsense happening. The Datu apparently found Antog dead in the water this morning. Last night? This morning.
This morning.
This morning. And I actually, can we all step in my house for a moment?
Your father's there, for the record.
I know. But if we could just step in my house for a moment.
Yes.
I have informed the Datu what is going on. Good morning, Father.
You hear your father cooking in the back room.
Okay, well, he's cooking. It's fine. Right? I've informed the Datu of what is going on.
You vaguely hear hip to be square.
Sounds like my dad. He believes me, I think. He knows about the incense. And just, did you, Manalo, did you tell them about Antog?
I just did right before you got here. What a coincidence.
So, just in case this Antog impersonator has not left, we have a code word that whenever we split up and meet, we have to say the code word so that we know we're speaking to each other. The code word is bow bow.
Bow bow.
Isn't that the name of your cowboy?
Yes. I may have panicked.
Bow bow's good. Bow bow's good.
I thought it was
Very
good.
good word. Yes.
I thought it was good.
Yes.
So
do we
in
have
case
to repeat it, or is it just one person says it and then we assume that the other person is fine?
if someone, I would assume it's a call and response, like you say bow bow and then I say bow bow, because if I say bow bow to somebody and they look at me funny, then I'm gonna know that they don't understand why I'm saying bow bow to them.
Right. They might be like, bow bow, what is that?
Exactly.
Very good.
So the Datu is currently working on trying to filter as much gunpowder from the incense as possible, but what can we do?
Well, you're from here. What happens if incense isn't lit?
It's a great affront to Kamatayon. Paladin.
Pilar, you actually can't recall a time when the incense hasn't been given.
Okay. I don't know. It's always, the incense is always given. You're muted, I think, Gaita. Oh no, now you are muted. I guess you were just talking quiet enough that it didn't catch you. Weird.
I figured that it just always has been.
Other incense? Could we just find other incense that doesn't blow up?
We need a lot of it. And if Ontog has been dead for a week and this fake Ontog has been selling, his brand of incense, that's a lot of incense we'd need.
Sure. Just asking questions.
No, I think we should consider all of our options, even though we don't have an awful lot of time.
Don't suppose we could postpone the ceremony? Is that not possible? On a scale of possible to not possible?
I don't think that's possible.
Okay.
I told your father not to come, though.
What if we told no one to attend the ceremony? What if we said no one attend the ceremony whatsoever?
I do not think we could do that.
We get laughed at, mostly.
Wouldn't be the first time.
It would be the first time for me. I don't like to be laughed at.
It's good to know.
Fair.
Okay, so our options are we could work with the Datu to try and filter the incense. We could somehow attempt to find more incense. We could tell people not to come. Or we could just be quiet about the whole thing and let everything blow up. That's not an option, by the way.
It sounded like an option that you...
It's not. I'm sorry, Manala. I was being sarcastic.
Where did Ontog go after they left last night? Or not Ontog?
Not Tog.
Yes, not Tog. Where did not
Non-Tog.
Non-Tog. There we go. Non-Tog, I don't know where they went. Well, I assume they went to dump the bodies from their Karakoa because real Tog and the other 3 bodies were found in the river this morning.
Okay.
After that, the Datu said that there was a boat that belonged to a stranger that was no longer at the docks. So I assume they left.
Oh, so they took a boat and left.
Yes. That's my assumption.
Right.
Your father mentioned... No, he didn't. Never mind. But wait.
No. Well, my father said that Non-Tog was done trading for a while and was going to Talunan.
Talunan, yes, sorry. I was about to say that right now, but apparently I missed you even mentioning it. I apologize.
No, you're fine, Manalo. But we can't go to Talunan now because we have to fix the festival.
Yes, we will fix the festival. And then I believe, I do not want to put anything on your shoulders, but I have a personal vendetta, so I probably will go to Talunan afterwards.
Ooh,
that makes sense.
Personal vendetta.
Gunpowder is iron? Is gunpowder iron? No, it's not iron. It's not metal. It's powder.
It's not metal.
Okay.
It's gun.
100% ground up gun.
We just got our ology for the day.
I have a headache. Stop.
No, gunpowder is actually a mixture of potassium nitrate, charcoal, and sulfur.
Thank you, Paladin.
They burn rapidly and creates a propellant for the actual bullets.
Look at you knowing stuff. It's like
Yes.
it's like you had to study this to write a book or something.
Yes, sure. That's how I know it.
Do we know exactly what will happen if the gunpowder is lit? And how much is potentially in the incense? That could be the first place we start.
Well, I don't know how much gunpowder is in that much incense, but it's a lot of incense, which makes it a lot of gunpowder, which means bada boom.
From looking at the incense that I have from earlier, can I tell if it would even be possible to sift it from the incense, like separate it at all, or is it like combined in there?
It would take a lot of effort to filter it out because the gunpowder does weigh heavier than incense, but you would have to sort powder by weight, which is kind of nigh impossible unless you're very, very careful and unless you have a lot of time.
Right. Could we not organize something in which people who come to the festival maybe make their own incense and then we burn that instead?
I suppose that's possible. I think the challenge with
We turn it into a game. Filter the gunpowder from the incense and put it onto
the challenge with anything is that we still have to get rid of the gunpowder.
We don't have to get rid of it. We just have to make sure that there's none of it in the incense. I've got a Caracoa now. If it's got Lantakas on it, I'm set.
You know, a Lantaka works very well with gunpowder.
I mean, incense is just a bunch of herbs, is it not? Couldn't we have the townsfolk maybe make their own when they got to the festival? We offer that and then, take their bad batch out somewhere and dispose of it properly.
That's an option.
It is an option.
Does the incense have to be in town when it is lit?
Yes, there's a big old...
It has to be in the shrine.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't, light it on a very small boat in the middle of the ocean, very far away from land.
No.
Is there a way for us to gather all of the incense together?
I imagine it's all already at the shrines. Paladin? Clarification?
Much of the incense that is going to be used in the festival is already piled up.
Okay. So then, yeah, it's already all...
Theoretically, there are incense not already there.
Mm-hmm.
And theoretically, there is incense in the town that isn't, laced with gunpowder, for lack of a better word for it.
So it's just a matter of, finding what incense isn't laced with gunpowder, getting that swapped, and working, if the Datu and his soldiers are working to filter as much of the current incense, if we went around and found ungunpowdered incense, then teamwork makes the dream work. That's what a hunter in Alva Ata told me once.
Where would other incense be?
There might be still some people selling it at the docks.
That is true. More and more people come in every single hour.
I think it's worth checking. Any incense that isn't going to explode is better.
And we can't assume that Nontog got to everybody. If new people are coming in with incense, that incense we can assume isn't going to be laced with gunpowder.
We should check. But yes.
That does
Okay.
make sense, yes.
All right. We're going on an incense hunt.
We're going on a trip to our favorite incense trip.
Could I
what?
just get a quick investigate from one of you?
Not me.
An investigation check, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I could do that.
I will let you.
Periodic table.
Can I help him?
No.
No.
Can I put guidance on him?
Yes.
And
I mean, he has it himself, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's why I help.
have Hari help me.
No.
Can I use my vessel for the spirit's ability to have Hari help me?
Supreme power! Who is selling incense? Technically, yeah.
It only works. No, it doesn't work like that. It only works on past knowledge.
Oh yeah,
information.
Past knowledge
So,
information.
okay, well, that's fine.
I mean, technically, if you think about the concept of time, like technically the past is the future at the same time. So technically, you could.
Technically,
Don't say that
time-
because Paladin will use that against us somehow.
Technically, time is one of the constraints of reality by which we all exist within. Therefore, all things are within time. And therefore,
Technically.
Do y'all want to bring time shenanigans into this?
No.
We don't. We don't. We do not.
Because I got time shenanigans, all right.
I'm just gonna roll without the time shenanigans.
Yeah, please do.
But with the D4.
Yes, with the D4. Ooh, that's very good. 21.
21. You do find some people who are selling it instant. It's mostly small little satchels of the stuff. Nowhere near the amount of what you might need to entirely replace the trapped incense. I'm going to refer to it as gun sense. We'll call it gun sense.
Yes.
Good.
But it's nowhere near enough. And you surmise that in order to replace all the incense that's currently going to be used, you need to spend in the vicinity of 1,200 gold.
Well,
I don't have that much gold.
I'm sure that the village would like to not blow up, yes?
What if we found the Datu, had the Datu tell everybody what was going on, and made him tell everyone to give us money or help?
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
I'm going to put this out there as well. Searching around and trying to find incense sellers among all the new incoming crowd. At this point, it is going to be 1 in the afternoon.
Jesus.
Tartar sauce.
So we'll move quickly, but we also should know where the Datu, as well as the Babailon and Poitthag are. We should know where they are because they're at the shrine, which is there by the docks.
Yes.
Exactly. So why don't we split up? You 3 search for incense.
Right. and we'll
I will
replace
go
as much.
speak. I will go speak to the Datu.
Very good. We'll replace as much incense as possible with the good incense, and hopefully they've cleaned enough incense to not blow up the entire village.
Don't forget the code word. Don't say it, but don't forget it.
But we do say it later.
Yes, we do say it later.
Okay, very good. Great.
So, can everybody please roll me a D4?
Stressful.
It is.
I don't know what you mean. Can everybody please roll me a D4?
Oh no. The D4 rolling is the stressful part. The finding this damn incense shit is the stressful part.
I don't know why. It's just mercantile. It's just economy. I don't know what's so about economy.
Sure, explosive economy.
Look,
It's the economy.
the market is booming. Okay. Let's see. What did you roll?
1.
So you're first.
Oh, joy.
So you are heading up to find the Datu.
Yes, I'm going to find Datu Makle.
You head towards the incense pile, and you can easily see him talking with some other people. They look more confused than anything.
Okay. Datu?
Blur.
Bow bow.
Bow bow. Are you sure it's gunpowder?
What else do you think it could be?
We took some out. We lit it. Nothing happened. It was hot, but it didn't explode.
So we did find some gunpowder in the incense that one of us bought from my father yesterday.
Right.
Have you found any gunpowder?
No, I'm telling you, we found gunpowder and we took some out, and it gets hot and it burns away, but it doesn't explode. It looks and feels and smells like gunpowder, and it doesn't do anything. It didn't harm any of us.
That's bizarre.
So are you sure it's gunpowder?
I smelled gunpowder.
Same here, but you're the one who's done this longer than I have.
Well, now I don't know.
Where were the rest of your companions?
They're off buying as much incense finding as much incense as they can to replace what I thought we would have to replace.
I mean, I'm not sure we need to, but you need to buy 200 pounds of the stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of incense. Realistically, I don't have enough money to buy 200 pounds of incense.
We did find the fourth masked person, so technically, you all get 400 gold.
Was that a person or
It
just
was a person.
400? Oh.
This is Agusan. Come on.
I've been gone for a year. Come on
I'm
now.
aware.
Well, we have enough money to buy that much incense if we can find it, but the question is now, do we need to find it?
It's also a question of, we burn so much incense so that we can speak with Kamatayan.
Mm-hmm.
You have Dalasai's mentor with you, right?
Yes, a fact that I just found out last night.
We might not need as much incense if Da'ai talks to Kamatayan.
Oh. Are we okay with that?
Kamatayan just needs to talk with one person.
Oh, okay. I could ask him.
Please, and that's if we don't. That's if we need to replace the incense in the first place.
Okay.
And I don't know what's up with it, but it's not harming any of us.
Do I know of anything that burns like gunpowder, smells like gunpowder, but does not explode like gunpowder?
Nature check, please.
I'm gonna guide myself, which is just really praying really hard.
We all have guidance.
No. I can't guide myself. I'm just praying really hard. 15.
15. You don't know. You probably have to look at some of it yourself.
Do you have any?
He reaches out to one of his warriors. They hand him a small satchel of it. And he holds it out to you.
Okay. How many? So it's about 1 PM, and you said late afternoon. So what does that mean? Like 5 or 6?
5 or 6, yeah.
Okay.
He hands you one, and then he asks you to hold out your hand. He pours a little bit on your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind?
Yeah. I mean, yes. Do the thing.
He strikes a match and lights it, and it burns away.
That smile.
What smile?
I am the most perceptive one here, probably. That smile.
It burns away, and it's hot. It's a little uncomfortable, but it doesn't hurt at all.
Mm-hmm.
You lose 2 spells for the day.
Do I feel this?
You feel that. You know that in this world, some people are able to tap into magic by finding a way to harness out the ambient spiritual energy, because all magic comes in one way, shape, or form from spirits. This gunpowder just removes some of the spiritual energy from you.
So this isn't for the people. This is for Kamataya. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
See, it does nothing.
No, it definitely does. Like, what does that feel like to me?
It feels like you just set up camp and you remember what home is like. You remember the warmth it has. You remember the lights on. You remember being around people who love you. And you still find yourself in this encampment, nowhere near them, as you put out the last light.
Great.
You just are struck by this incredible feeling of separation and loneliness.
So I wipe away what remains of my on my hands, and I say, this just sapped me of spiritual energy.
What do you mean?
I do not feel as if I could cast as many spells as I could today. And I haven't cast any spells today.
He looks at one of his warriors. Dump it. Dump it now. His warriors nod and head over to where the incense is piled up, and you see them starting to just pour out the incense into the sea below.
I'm going to go talk to Dai.
Okay. Which brings us over to...
I say this to the Datu.
Okay. We're going to head over from you to... Gaita, you rolled a 2. What are you up to? And is anybody with you? Sorry.
If I was put on trying to find gunpowder incense patrol, I imagine that I would have stuck at least with Manala, maybe?
That's fine. Dai, are you with Manala too?
I kind of figured that we would be looking for incense,
Okay.
as a group.
A unit.
As a
so
unit.
then could I please
A
get...
G unit.
Did you know
I'm
that
black.
the first,
F off.
Did you know that the first 3 letters...
It's AMPI month. You fuck off.
Valid.
Did you know that the first 3 letters of G unit are gun?
Your gun.
Gun it. I get it now. So Guns Squad. What do you all want to do? What do you do?
What do you do?
My first instinct would have been to see if anyone in the area had, like, searching hounds. Do I know, or can I ask around if anybody knows people who have dogs who can sniff and stuff?
I am a searching hound.
You are next to someone who has incredible awareness and perception.
I didn't want to just ask though and be like, "Hey," like.
No, he would have immediately. He would have began just like getting to a part where he can just like get the most openness, whatever, and then just try to start tracing where that smell would be the most concentrated part of that smell. That's not the way that Pilar went.
smelling in the air, Manolo. Can you roll me a perception check?
Smelling in the air. Guidance.
I can feel it burning in the air tonight.
That's a no. That's a no. No. That is well, it's not the worst thing, but it's definitely not the best thing.
What'd you get?
+6, right? Yeah. With guidance, that is a 10. No, math, that is a 12.
Okay. You smell around, and from what you can tell, the only gunpowder you're smelling is coming from people's weaponry. Some people arrive with lantakas, some people arrive with astingaus. You're not smelling any time when someone has combined incense and gunpowder, aside from the massive depot of it near the docks, which something becomes a lot stronger, and from where you can see it, you see them tipping over the incense into the sea.
I don't see anything.
Sorry, my bad. You just smell a bunch of incense suddenly in the air, and you hear somewhere off in the distance a loud splashing sound.
Gotcha.
My bad there.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna always remind y'all. But
I think about it at some point soon.
But yeah, I think that's strange. A large concentration of it towards the waters just wafted into my nose, but now it's gone. I believe whoever is no longer there, like it was removed or dumped.
Good, right?
Probably. I don't sense anything else though, but I think that initial smell, that spot has overwhelmed me. My apologies.
And that's okay. Maybe we just walk around and ask. I mean, we can buy as much incense as possible and
Persuasion?
Sure.
Purse first.
And
welcome to the. Sorry.
yeah, that's fine. I'm happy to do the persuading. I'm happy to let someone else do the persuading. Persuading isn't my strongest suit, but it's also not my weakest suit, if you catch my drift.
I am not proficient in it, surprisingly.
You're allowed to say bonuses for the record.
I have a +1.
Hey, we're getting in the zone. I want to have a panel on this. Anywho, I can. I mean, but I feel like I just did something someone else should, but I can. I have a +2.
Gaita, are you persuasive? Do you want to use your Lola charm to convince people to sell us
use that Lola charm
for cheap, and or
cheap
tell them
fun?
that they can give it to us and the village will pay them back after the fact?
You will get guidance if you do. Do it. Be the Lola that you always were meant to be.
What are we persuading? We're asking if other people have seen incense?
We're looking to get as much incense as possible to replace the bad incense, the gun sense.
Be spirit sense now.
Sure. I'll can I find like another person who has a lot of it and like
There's a lot of people here with incense.
Like a bulk amount of it?
No one has enough by themselves to replace what just got dumped, but you could get a sizable amount. Can you just give me 3 persuasion checks?
Oh God, you will get guidance on each one.
You'll get assistance on all of them because we're helping.
What? Gotta give me a pitch. Give me the backup pitch.
What does the first person look like that has a lot of it?
First person you find is this volcano dwarf who has this large pet crab with him.
It's on top. I'm killing him.
Has a large pet crab with him, and also they've affixed this large series of baskets to its back. You see, some of them have different weapons. Some of them have chickens just poking their heads out. And you see on the back, there's this very large basket full of incense.
Okay, I'll walk up and excuse me. We have run into a slight issue in which we're trying to acquire as much incense as possible. Could I possibly have yours and in return I would do a little dance.
I'll help by saying, pardon me, we are helping the Datu. I am the Babaylan of Hanapin, and we are looking to get some incense for the ritual today.
Can you? Okay. Can you roll me a persuasion check, Kaisa? Oh my god.
Add a D4.
Add advantage.
Okay. Okay.
Plus a D4 and advantage. Yeah.
Okay. This is persuasion.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
It is a 10.
This volcano dwarf looks at you and goes, well, hi. My name is Basa. What? Do you just want to buy incense? I will trade money for incense or other goods if you have other goods.
I don't
Other
have...
goods or gold, please.
Yes, the goods is... I do a little dance.
That's a service. I can't sell a dance later on.
But you can...
Not like this, no.
Forever.
No. Look, if you want to buy incense, that's fine. If you want to buy a chicken, cool too. They're good chickens. But you can buy this incense with other goods or gold.
Hear me out. What if we provided the service of completing the festival safely, with no bodily harm coming to anyone, and in return, at a later time, the village will pay you for the incense. Yes?
Just take me to whoever is going to handle the money.
How much would it cost?
The Datu.
For all this, it would be around 200 gold. Maybe 400.
Maybe 200.
Maybe 200 and you buy a chicken.
I can eat chicken. How much is the chicken?
Chicken comes with 200 gold worth of incense.
When do I appear?
You're currently dealing with gunpowder in your hands.
You don't appear. You don't.
I don't appear.
And he goes, that would be fine. I believe we are owed some currency from the Datu himself.
Okay. Then take me to him. The next two merchants as well don't really buy into the whole dance spiel. But they are okay with like being led over to the Datu and talking about currency exchange. Pilar, you see your compatriots coming with a couple of merchants, some of whom look a little more confused and bewildered by the half-elven lady.
Which is a sad thing when they're more bewildered by them and not Manalo.
Yeah, like large Umlagad dragonborn with mask on his face and dark veins, and the elderly half-elf lady is the freak. Look, dance is power. But you're able to accrue a decent amount of incense. And at this point, you see it's about 4:30, and you see Babaylan Dalasai approaching. Sorry, you for what's up?
No, I was gonna say if we're all here at this point, like we're all together now.
Mm-hmm.
Guy, I have we have a favor to ask you.
What is it?
Well, it came to my attention last night that you are Babai Landalasai's mentor.
Yes,
It
yes.
came to my attention about 5 minutes ago that the reason we use so much incense is because Babai Landalasai requires it. However, if we have a more wizened, is that how you say this word? Wizened Babylon, who can speak to Kamatayan, we may not need so much incense.
Oh, how does that work?
Would you mind speaking to Kamatayan?
No, I suppose not. What do I actually... I haven't done this particular ritual before. Yes, I would need to speak with Alisai, get kind of the basic crash course. What are we actually trying to do?
Yes, absolutely. Also, I also found out that was 400 gold for each of us, like 400 gold a piece.
Oh, we need that
total.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what okay, that was what I was clarifying. So then I'm not going to say that. That's going to go back down my throat.
Words.
So then never mind that.
As you're meeting them and they're pouring the incense on into the proper receptacle, you see Babai Landalasai. Long black hair goes straight down her back as she approaches in a very kind of loose-fitted dress. She looks a little. She's about reaching gray hair stage, but she's very held together, tall, reserved, very commanding of her presence. And following behind her is this long, maybe 6 foot long snake with what looks to be metal scales.
Ooh.
Gorgeous.
Greet her. I'm like, step forward, like, Dalasai, it is very good to see you. You look well. How are things?
The woman looks down at you to eye, and her very careful composure, her back is to this growing mass audience, and she's looking down at you. And for a moment, you're just taken back a few years. You remember meeting this little girl when she was around 10, 11. No family except for the village. And you remember meeting her for the first time. And you remember a lot of the years you took teaching her how to do things properly. And for a moment, her composure just breaks, and you see her just beam this smile at you. Things are wonderful, but I hear that you will be taking over today's duties from me?
If I must.
I trust you to do a good job. It's very nice to see you.
Care to talk me through what we're doing?
Sure.
I'll bow.
She doesn't know it.
Okay. Okay. She looks back at you to eye. Kamatayan's body will erupt out of the sea when you've lit the incense. You have until the incense is out before it goes back. You'll have a private conversation with its spirit.
How does that normally go?
Usually well. It's going to ask you some questions.
Okay. Are there like bullet points? Anything I can prepare?
I'm not sure what it would ask you.
Okay. Good. Great. I love that.
It's very nice to see you.
It's so good to see you too. Tea afterwards?
Please.
Okay. Very good.
Just over there. You said that the incense had been piled up properly now, and someone's waiting there with a torch for you to light it.
Oh, very good, very good. Okay, all right. Now, anything else before we do what we have to do?
Did we get told about the bad instance yet?
No, not yet, I believe. Just be honest with him. With her. With it. Just be honest.
Of course.
So you head over there, and I assume you light the incense?
Yes, I will go. I will kind of have Hari kind of float along with me. And actually, right before I light the incense, I will use my what's it called again? Vessel for the spirits. Kind of same as what happened last time, where Hari's essence will kind of go in through the mouth and will kind of inhabit my form alongside me for the time being, as I go and light the incense.
As you walk across the bridge, one of the doctor's men hands you a torch, and you go across, and you hear them repeating, just immediately walking farther and farther away. As you light the incense, it starts to burn very slowly. And as the smoke continues to burn away, you don't hear anything. You look around and you see that the ocean has stopped. You see that the people behind you are still. You hear this great creaking, this calamity of metal start to sound off, and you see from down below this massive serpent, maybe 8 meters diameter in size, starting to coil its way up this pillar up to you. And as it reaches the top, you see that its head isn't built like a normal serpent's. There's metal plating over its scales, and you can barely see its eyes glowing from underneath the metal. And you hear from behind you this very calm, amused voice saying, "Do you miss your wife?" And that will end today's session.
Golly. Why, though?
Okay, all right.
What do you want from me, man? Hi.
This is great. This is good. I'm just over here, like, getting ready to, okay, all right, cool. Just gonna try not to end the world.
I had to take an important conversation. What just happened?
He's ended the session.
I know that. I heard, do you miss your wife?
Yeah, and then he's like, and that's where we're ending the session.
Oh, you fuck ass.
Woo! Woo!
That is literally
Amazing. Amazing.
It's literally it.
Woo!
Amazing.
Hi there, I'm HT Paladin. I've been your DM for the evening. Let's CB, who are you?
I gotta start with me again. Hi, my name is Omega, also known as Critical Bard. Critical Bard across all social media channels. Your boy does too much stuff, honestly. But you can catch me many places tomorrow, specifically at math o'clock. In the morning at some time, I want to say it is 12 PT. It could be not that. It's one of them times. I will be playing with Satine Phoenix for the big birthday bash that she is doing in honor of the end of the Salvata the Sirens Battle of the Bards Kickstarter. With Lucia, actually. It's at 10 a.m. PT, which is 12 Central, 11 Eastern. After that, you can catch me over on my channel, Critical Bard, for Let's Get Wildmount for the penultimate episode of season 1.
What? It's almost over?
Yeah. Very, very excited about that. And then you can catch me over on Lark Network for the Gravicon Order, where I play a Hambo Time Wizard Dad. Other than that, you can catch me many places. It's about to be Pride Month, So be looking at my socials for a lot of cool things happening. That's all I can say about that. I'm going to toss it over to Lucia.
Hi, I'm Lucia. I own Seer Sword everywhere on the internet, so you can find me as Seer Sword on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. If you use Facebook, I don't really use Facebook. I'm sorry. I will, of course, be on the game tomorrow with CB, which again is at 10 a.m. PT, where we're in the world of Bard, so I'm excited for that. And as far as what I'm doing, I'm running pre-orders for pins on my shop right now, which actually have to do with the book that this stream is based around, the Islands of Sina Una. They're these beautifully designed by Other Moon's Art pins based off of the 3 Sky Sisters. So you can check that out on my shop, seersword.com. Otherwise, catch me here next week playing Tampo. I'll pass it to Josh.
So, my name is Josh. You can find me on pretty much every social media platform at Joshua M. Simons, and then here on Twitch at Joshua Simons. Lost the M. If you find it, let me know. I'm a freelance tabletop game designer. I am a variety streamer on my own channel, and I am the assistant director of ambassadors at Jasper's Game Day, a nonprofit organization that uses tabletop gaming for the cause of suicide prevention and awareness. I am streaming on my channel on Sunday, I do believe, and additionally of interest for those of you who are happy or interested in more Islands of Sina Una stuff. There's a little pre-recorded interview that I did with Ginny Loveday over on her Twitch channel on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. You can figure out other time zones if you're in other time zones, where we actually do talk about some of the cool stuff here in the Islands of Sina Una book. Specifically, we chat about the Babylon and the Headhunter classes. And some of the new mechanics that they introduced, because they're really cool. So come and join us for that if you'd like. That's all I got. Latia.
Hi, everybody. Me, Latia. You can find me everywhere across the internet at Latia Jaquise, except for the places where I am not. You can usually catch me on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Central on my own channel, twitch.tv/LatiaJaquise. Tomorrow, I am beginning my very first playthrough of Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I did not play any of the original games, so this is going to be a heckin' good time. You can find me Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, playing Dahani on Rivals of Waterdeep. And I'm not tired right now, so I'm actually going to stream right after this. So if you want to come hang out at in 45 minutes on my channel, you should do that, because I'm not tired. But other than that, I got other stuff happening at some point in the future, and I'll let you know about it on Twitter. So take it away, Paladin.
Hi there, to close it out. I'm HTV Paladin, otherwise known as HT Paladin on Twitter. I've been your DM for the evening. I work on a bunch of stuff as an independent TTRPG content creator. I have a Kickstarter happening next month for a big book of spells. I've got an interview book finally getting released later on this summer called Polyhedral, where I interviewed a bunch of TTRPG creators like Banana Chan and Justice Armin and Matthew Mercer. And I just like making stuff. Thank you all for being here to watch something that Lucy and I worked really hard with our team to make. And we'll see you all next time.
We love it here in Sina Una Land.
We're going to go raid Persephoroth, I believe.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Stick around for Persephoroth, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.